Hey guys, it's Abby, and today I went a little crazy and bought the full lineup of all the Posca paint pens. I'm not 100% sure why I felt the need to do that, but here we are, and this is all thanks to Bai. Surprisingly, they agree to a lot of my crazy ideas, so here we are. If you are looking to buy Posca pens and you can't find them in your country or online, or if you're looking to buy any other products from a Japanese website that does not ship internationally, Bai is the site for you. They will order for you, they will receive your package for you, and then ship it off to you, all with minimal fees. I believe the starting price was around $5, and you can add on insurance and having them check the package and stuff like that. They also help with Japanese auction sites, so I know that you can buy a lot of stuff off of Amazon and different sites, but there are things here and there that are kind of Japanese site exclusives. In those cases, please check out Bai. But anyway, let's get started here. I went on the Posca website and I believe I got their full lineup. So I have their glitter pens, and next here I have the natural line, they call it, and I believe these are all pastel colors, and I got them in the 3 different sizes. I'm pretty sure that these replaced the discontinued Posca Do line, but I'm not quite sure. Finally, I have the original Posca. Here's the basic set of 8 colors, and like I said, I grew up using these. I'm really excited that they're becoming popular all over the world, used for different projects. So here we have these in actually 5 different sizes. I did not get the full set of colors for these because the Gokubuto, the thickest, biggest size, actually costs $5 per pen. And that seemed a little extreme considering I don't really make posters or paint with these. I use them for shrink plastic. That is crazy. So I got one each of the 2 largest sizes, thought we could at least swatch them and compare them. And then I guess the gold ones come separately, so I went ahead and got these. I especially like using this size for my shrink plastic pieces. Since I mentioned them, here are my Posca Do pens, and these are not on the website anymore, so I'm pretty sure they've been discontinued. I really like these, especially the pastels. It was a very nice chalky paint, good for shrink plastic, and had a nice fine tip. But now that I'm looking at it, it's actually the 0.7 tip, which is the same as their skinny tips. So I'm assuming these hold more ink, so maybe that's why they were discontinued. I don't know, but I have the pastel line and the glitter line, and I believe there was a metallic line. Posca pens come in a bunch of different sizes, but as far as the color range, I believe this is the full lineup. If I'm missing anything, let me know. I have the Hosoji, the fine tip, the 1.0 millimeter, and the Gokuboso, the 0.7 millimeter tip here. So let's start with the 0.7. We'll swatch them, check out the colors, and compare the tips. The slightly annoying thing about paint pens is that you have to dab a lot to get the ink to come out because, as you can see, there's no ink flowing to the tip yet. So I'm going to go ahead and use a separate sheet of paper for the dab test. Ooh, that's a deep green. What I'm going to do here is a squiggly line, because this is upside down for me, but this is the 0.7. It's very nice and glittery. We'll take a closer look at it in a second. Now these pens do take time to dry, so I would not go running my finger over them. That one came out really quickly. The good thing about Posca pens is that they work on pretty much any surface: paper, plastic, mirrors, nails, and of course, like I said, that means shrink plastic for me. It kind of bothers me that they're not in rainbow order, but I swatched them in the order that they came. We're going to move on to the 1 millimeter tip, and I was thinking about how many pens we have to swatch. I'm just going to swatch the first one because I am actually not going to keep all these for myself, except for the extra fine tips. I am going to be passing these on to my teacher friends because I know those school supply bills can add up, and B, we don't want these pens to dry up. So just going to do the first one. So this is the 1 millimeter tip, and there's actually quite a big difference. 0.1. It's quite runny, and it's going to take a while to dry. It actually reminds me of the Sakura Jelly Roll Tiara pens. And actually for shrink plastic, this one might be better because it is the thicker line if you're doing outlines, but for writing in general, I always like the finer tips. Let's move on. I am going to take the natural markers and look how pretty they are. This time I am going to do this in rainbow order. I am going to start with the purple. So this is extra fine tip, the 0.7. I'm gonna start right here. Ooh, that's a very nice creamy pastel. And just because I'm curious, I want to swatch my Do Posca. This is a 0.7 as well. I'm just gonna go above here. So even though it's the same 0.7, it seems to be a different color, and this one seems to be even skinnier. And voila. What are we thinking, guys? I'm thinking it's super opaque, super vibrant, and the blue isn't as pastel as the older series, but again, they don't call this the pastel series, they call it the natural series, so can't really complain. I also forgot to show you how much the glitter one shines. Very metallic-y. Moving on to the next size up, the fine tip. This is now a felt tip. The previous ones were plastic tips. The 0.9 to 1.3, I think it depends on the angle you hold the pen. This one isn't actually as runny. I don't know if that has to do with the size or just how this pen is. Here is the next size. It is the 1.8 to 2.5 millimeter, and it is called Pastel Purple. Oh, that is thick. It says it doesn't bleed. Would you look at that? I was gonna say markers like these usually bleed, but what do you know? These are the 3 sizes for the natural series, and obviously you're going to want a different size tip depending on what you're working on. So I can't say, you know, what is better, what is not, but you get to see the ink lineup and how they compare. Finally, we're going to be checking out the 12, I call them original, basic colors, plus the 2 golds. We have 14 colors here. I'm going to swatch these. These are the 0.7 tip. I have them in the fine tip, medium tip, thick, and extra thick tip. So I'm kind of scared to try this one. I'm assuming this one is gonna bleed, but it says it doesn't right on the pen, so we'll see. And here is the full rainbow. Again, super opaque, super vibrant. I love these pens so much. I also noticed that the light blue in this set is very similar to my Posca Do, so I'm glad to know that that color is not gone and I can still purchase it from this line. Now I guess we're going to check out the different sizes. Here we have the fine tip. I don't have it in purple, so just gonna swatch it in black. Next is the medium tip. I'm gonna flip this around because I don't want ink all over my hand. So these are the 3 tips that we saw in the natural series. Finally, we're gonna check out the big 2. So this is an 8 millimeter and the extra thick is a 15 millimeter. I'm not great with all the lingo, but this one has an angled tip, chiseled tip. First, I'm gonna go ahead and use the tip, and that's what it looks like. And if I use the whole pen, that's what it looks like. Oh my gosh, guys, this is gonna take forever to ink. I know that because this one took a super long time. Let's give it a go. You can hear the paint. This is the 15 millimeter. Sorry it's upside down, but I'm just gonna go straight across. Oop, that's not too good. There we go. I suppose you would use this when you're like making a poster or a really big painting. Anyway, it's the moment of truth. We're gonna give this page a flip and see if it bled or not. I honestly don't have much hope for the biggest one, but we'll see. Wow, okay, wait. I just got it on my desk, which is bad. It is darker than like the extra fine tip, but I mean, other than for right there where I press down a little harder, it's not awful. Like, I wouldn't go over it multiple times, but I'm actually kind of impressed. I was not expecting that. So that was my Posca swatch video.